Oh, hell nah.
Glee. All right, let's talk about that bum ass embarrassment, shit show, clown show of an all-star weekend. First of all, me growing up, I used to love All-Star Weekend. When D Wade was in the skills competition, cutting through cones, when Steve Nash was throwing chest passes through that little circle, when Jason Capono was winning back-to-back
Oh
three-point
shit.
contests, that was my shit. Like, this was actually an event. This is something I looked forward to. So me trying to be positive, trying to still have that love for the game, I'm like, you know what? Let me stop everything that I'm doing and sit down and actually enjoy or try to enjoy this NBA All-Star weekend. But that's not what happened. And we should have been seeing the writing on the wall. Like, it's been getting worse year after year. Yeah, they try to do a few things. Let's have, captains, draft the teams. Let's make the scoreboard up to a certain point. They done tried everything. They done gathered the most creative people in the world to try shit, and it's just not working. It's just not working. Let's start off with
Why though?
hold
Why?
on.
Why?
We'll get there. Let's start off with Friday. Celebrity All-Star game. I was tired of seeing Kai Cenat all over my feed. Like, I get it, streamer of the year, but fam, it's this NBA. Come on. It's fine though. Got in there, had that crazy stat line 4-1-1. But I was more impressed with the NFL guys. Obviously, they was doing their thing.
Oh my
Puka was
God,
throwing it
Parsons.
down. Michael Parsons had a crazy stat line. I'm like, whoa, ain't you supposed to be doing like D line drills right now?
I
What's going on?
feel like 41 or some shit.
I've
Golly.
never had a problem with the Celebrity All Star game. I always felt like that shit does exactly what it's supposed to do. I never felt like it got worse or got better. It's just been consistent, and I appreciate it for what it is.
I think this year got the most buzz though. Honestly, I think this got more buzz. Shit. Probably more than a 3-point competition, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Kai Cenat, he helped hyped it up too, like the tunnel, like he was doing the most, but it was bringing good publicity to the game.
Yeah.
And then you got I don't even know what they call it anymore. The Rising Stars?
Yeah.
What is it? Like, I don't even understand. Bro, there's like four teams, like they play up to 40. What is going on with that?
It's like some sort of hybrid. I mean, they had similar stuff back in the day, but it's like a hybrid of like a skills challenge plus like teamwork. I mean, the beginning of it was, remember when Chris Breezy was in it? It was probably like 2010. I think him, Dominique, and a WNBA player, and they won it.
Chris Breezy?
Yeah, Chris Bosh, way back in the day.
Damn, you can't be calling him Chris Breezy. Someone's already Chris.
What?
You can't
But
be
we're
doing
talking NBA, bro. What you talking about? That
that.
was one of his nicknames.
Don't do
You
that.
were there, bro.
No one ever called him Chris Breezy, bro. That's Chris Brown, and that's it.
All right, whatever. But that was like the beginning of it, and then it just kind of
Mm.
blossomed into what it is now. And I mean, they love the deep shot. I mean, I get it. It's hype. It's hype, and you get, it's fun because it's 40 feet away or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what they do. I really don't know what they do. Dixon, I used to love All-Star Weekend.
It used to be the shit, bro. It used to
That was
really
like a
be.
top five sporting event of the year to
Yes,
me.
fam. Yes. Like it used to be an event for real, for real.
But the last couple years, they've been just so forgettable. And yo, I was that kind of person. I just needed them to come to my state, and I'm going. I'm willing to take a loan
It
out
used to
to
be a
do it.
bucket list.
And now it's like, yo, I don't even want to watch this shit. I used to love this.
Hold on. So let's stay with Friday. I think
Go ahead.
I liked what they did with the All-Star game in terms of let's just go back to the original formatting, East versus West. I like the concept. I think they should do the same thing for the Rising Stars. Let's just go back to sophomores versus freshmen because that is really when you get the pride coming in. Ain't no second year player about to let a bunch of rookies beat them, but some rookie classes are special
Yes. Hell
and
yeah.
did win. So let's bring that back. Just too much cute shit with the let's get the three Antetokounmpos versus like no fam. Let's just make sure. Wait, first of all, can we just make sure people that are in the NBA are participating? It's NBA All-Star Weekend for Friday. For Friday, let's move on to Saturday. Let's start off with the bright part. That Sabrina versus Steph shit was fire. I thought it was fire. I fucked
Yeah.
with it.
Yep.
I love, just spicing it up, bringing in the WNBA. And really, if she was in the 3-point contest with the rest of the guys, she would have been tied with Dame Lillard for the championship. So it's not just like, oh, she's a really good shooter. No, she is a great shooter. She just happened to be going up against the greatest.
That's
But
facts.
I feel like, nah, let's put her up against someone else, and then we'll really get to put things in a vacuum and see how great she really is. I really liked that they did that, and I really liked her messaging. Like she was really big on like the woman empowerment and pushing for this to keep going. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a time and age where everything is so divided. Like, yeah, let's bring these people together. Let's see see what happens.
Did they, in a way, kind of set her up to fail though? Because, like you said, the greatest shooter.
They kind of did. They kind of
Right.
did, but I still think she held her own and she
Yeah, they
probably,
did. No, no, no. That was probably the best event all weekend, to be honest.
exactly. Exactly. You got like Anthony Edwards shooting left-handed threes. I don't know what was going on. I really don't know what was going on. Then let's go to the dunk contest. This is where shit started going downhill bad. Like really bad. Like I said, can we just make sure NBA players, I get it, but y'all could go find third stringers. Anyways, they brought back Mac McClung. They brought in Obi Toppin's brother. They got our boy from the Heat,
Shout out.
Vasquez, and then Jaylen Brown. First of all, let me say I respect what Jaylen Brown did. He was the first All-Star in a long time that said, you
Okay.
know what? Fuck the history, fuck the scrutiny, fuck the risk of me failing. I'm actually going to jump out on a limb and I'm going to participate. Great job. But what you did on that floor was abysmal, was an embarrassment. You
And
jumped over Kai Cenat. Wait, Kai Cenat is nothing but 4'10". And you jumped over him while he was sitting down? That was your dunk? You dunked it and then did this. No, you were supposed to do this and then dunk it.
that shit was trash, bro. It was a terrible, terrible. He's an in-game dunker. That's it, and that's okay. He's got the strength. He's got the bunnies for it. But
Some
yo,
people
those
are
were
in-game dunkers. Some people are Showtime dunkers.
and
I remember
that was
what's homie from the Warriors? Josh Richardson? It wasn't
yeah,
Josh.
Jason.
Jason Richardson. He wasn't an in-game dunker. Look at his highlights. He don't got bodies. But when that dunk contest came on, he went crazy.
Yeah,
Aaron Gordon, he don't really got bodies like that. But when the dunk contest come on, he go crazy. But there's some people that are just for some things. But that Jason Brown showing and the fact that the judges were just blazing, wanting him to win, like desperately wanting him to win, giving him 8s and 9s when it should have been 5s and 6s. He put on a glove.
that shit was so corny. Oh my god, that left-handed shit was so corny.
He put on a glove and dunked it left-handed and said, "Oh my God." Fam, you in the NBA. Fam, Kobe used to shoot left-handed threes. What are we amazed by?
I
What are
mean,
you trying to show us right now?
we've seen it like watching the games. Like when he goes left, he fumbles. Like it. We get it. Like we get it. You're an NBA player. You can. I'm 99% sure you can play left-handed, do everything, but people make fun of you because of that. And you're gonna do it in your dunk
Is that
contest
why he
with
did
the
it?
Michael. Yeah, of course, bro. That was the thing that the Heat would always or still do. Make him go left. He can't dribble left, and he folds the game. Like we've seen it. It's just so cute. It was so corny, so cringe. uh, to be honest, Mac McClung, like shout out to him. That's what's up. He's a professional dunker. He's played 4 games in the NBA.
Hey, hold on. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not
I
giving him a
mean,
pass.
it
Fam,
wasn't
you
that
did the
great.
same dunks as last year.
It wasn't that great. Yeah.
They were all, bro. The only difference I saw was he had a different jersey this year. All the dunks were the same. The only one that was different, which was an amazing dunk, when he let go of the ball, grabbed it, that was fire. That was sick. Every other dunk was the same exact shit you did last year.
He's a professional dunker. And I mean, I don't want to like belittle him, but I mean, he's a G League player and they bring him up for, that internet shit, unfortunately. But he's a professional dunker. That's what's
He
up.
is. Crazy thing is, I was following him back when he was in high school, when he went to Georgetown. Like he was always an exciting player. Um, but yeah, he pretty much just did the same exact dunks, honestly. And it
What'd
was
you
good
think of
enough to win because those dunks are amazing. And you got Jaylen Brown dunking with a glove on. So
I mean, Hawkes, I think Hawkes did pretty well. I don't know if he should have won, but or if I thought he should have won, but dunking over Shaq, I mean, he's like 6'8", 6'9".
that was
Shaq's still
amazing.
Shaq's still 7'2". You feel me?
That's a big boy.
Hell yeah.
That's
And
a big boy. That ain't no
it,
just that ain't no
nah, and
Mac McClung jumping up there.
he's still well, he's like 21, I think. He's still gonna grow a little bit. He uses his size. The top and shit was straight. I mean,
That was cool.
it was cool. Like even Kenny and the boys were like, "Oh, is it? Which one is which?" They
Hey,
looked exactly the same.
them boys must have been drinking. They must have matched up because them boys was keeping it real out there.
Hey, and that was the best. That was one of the best parts, and that's always one of the best. I mean, some of my best dunking, um, slam dunk championship sounds, or is him wilding in the background.
That's really when they really get to be unfiltered and be themselves. And
They're
they
still
didn't
doing
have
it
them.
20 years later. You feel
They're
me?
still doing it, and they seem to be getting more and more raw, more and more unfiltered. I saw funny ass tweets talking about. I know he got called into the HR office first thing in the morning. Like they say he was on one, but I appreciated it. It did bring a certain kind of life and energy to the event that otherwise wasn't there.
What did
How
you
how
think
many
about?
times y'all gonna use Shaq? I'm pretty sure Shaq is tired of having these men's nuts on his head, bro. How many times they gonna bring out Shaq?
Probably a lot more, to be honest. As long as he's around,
God damn it.
as long as he's still flexing on the gram with no shirt on, 340, like Hulk size, he's gonna be out there.
Beast mode, bro.
I will say, watching the slam dunk competition, you always used to love to see the other stars kind of wilding out and stuff, and the
Yeah.
big stars. You know how they eventually stop coming, but it's funny to see like, and I mean, being 31 years old, I might be just a mega old head, but the fashion on some of these guys are just like comedic, bro. Like what
NBA
Toppin
players are
was
some of the
wearing,
worst. NBA players are some of the worst dressed people on this planet,
like
which
yo,
makes
stop
no sense.
listening to
But
this person.
I mean, I guess ball is life. You never really had to care. But dude, these boys be dressed like straight cornballs.
I just don't. I mean, if I don't know fashion, I don't know fashion. But man, some of that stuff is tough to look
You
at.
can't be a millionaire and have bad fashion, fam. It's
There's
called a
just no
stylist.
way. There's just no way you look at the mirror before you leave the crib and say, "I'm killing it." There's just no way.
That's because they got a bunch of yes men around them, and they say, "Yo, you killed that, bro.
Yo, you
This shit
killed
gonna
that.
look fresh on the gram."
You look like Shaggy Doo, but you killed that.
Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. That shit. Man, I was dying at the Jaylen Brown comments. They said the dunk contest was on life support and he unplugged it.
I haven't
like,
seen that one.
like they was going in. And look, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, here comes Sunday. I'm like, you
Mm,
know what? Fuck it. That West team is one of the best teams ever assembled, period. I
mhm.
put that West team up versus any team ever assembled. We talking Luca, Kawhi, LeBron, Joker. AD and Edwards, like that West team was crazy. Steph Curry, just for them to go out there and do what? And do what?
It's the same thing every year now, bro. Everybody takes monster threes. Everybody, if there's an open lane, they'll slam it. The guys that don't want to be there, you can name them all. The guys that want to be there are trying to get the MVP. You always can tell. I don't know why it happened, but I don't know how you fix it. I think a little bit has to do with, and I mean, I'm all about player empowerment. These players bring so much money to the league, especially the top 10, 15 guys, right? But I just I think they reach their financial threshold. It's just no one wants to get hurt, of course, but it's a show, it's entertainment. It's what it's like? It's more like the Harlem Globetrotters than anything. It's just not scripted.
Even they're more entertaining than this shit, bro.
It's cool to see, like okay, like you said, like that team. It's cool to see them dish the ball to each other. It's cool to see them set each other up because you'll never ever see it in a real game in a playoff series or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Like how cool would it be to see Luca, LeBron, and Joker going at it all together? I mean, that's 2K shit. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
them Rico Hines runs in the summer are more competitive than that. Them Chris Brickley gym runs are more competitive than that. What are we doing, fam? And like you said, look, I got two answers for you. Why did this happen? Why has it become like this? Players is making way too much money. And also the league empowers the players. So ain't nothing the league could tell a player that makes 100 mil a year. Players are making way too much money, player empowerment, so you can't tell them nothing. And ways to fix it, I don't think there's any way. I think it's broken. I think it's done. It's failed. I don't see no way to fix it unless they actually did some MLB shit like, oh, winner of the All-Star game gets home court advantage. But I don't think there's any amount of money you can offer these guys. Like the in-game season tournament is different because you're offering 500K to these players that don't got super maxes, but everyone in the All-Star game is paid. There's
Yeah.
no amount of money you can incentivize them to go out and compete hard. I don't think there's no fixing it. It's a damn shame. I think they just got way too much money and way too much empowerment. Fam, you know when you're playing 2K with someone and you're blowing them out and they start shooting half court shots, full court shots just to troll you?
Yeah.
Luka Doncic did that.
Mm-hmm.
The future of the NBA, the leading scorer in the NBA, the phenom, Larry Bird #2. Right after Larry Bird said, "Hey, come out here and compete," shot a full court shot. That's the type of shit that's just disrespectful to the viewers, to the game. What are you doing, fam? Why are you and Joker flirting mid-game, going up for dunks? What we doing? Shit was awful.
What
Shit.
if now here, I just thought of this idea. What if they did 4 games to 21, right? And your points would go over. And then the winning team, like, they got the fucking bread. Like, put up some real money. The winning team gets like
A mil
10,
each.
a mil each, at least.
You do a mil each?
No, not even a mil, bro. Think about Buddy's making 50 million a year, 45 million a year. You think a measly mill's gonna make them get out of bed?
I think that mil will incentivize them, but it got to be something more than money, though. They even got
More than
charities,
money.
bro. They got little kids on the sideline, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
please win so we can win our charity." They're like, "Ha, give a damn about that charity." It's
I'm shooting this
crazy,
45-footer.
dog. It's really crazy. The face of the league is shooting full court shot. He had 7 points. The leading scorer in the NBA had 7 points in the All-Star game.
Look, Joker don't want to be there just as bad as Luca don't. And I love Joker. I
They
love
just
Luca.
making a
They don't
mockery
want
out
to
of
be
that
there.
shit. I don't know.
They-
I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I've seen cool suggestions online, like let's have them play 1-on-1, 3 dribbles, like that Team USA infamous scrimmage. I really don't see a way to fix it, bro. I mean, that's on the NBA, but just off the top of my head, I don't see any way.
I hope they
Start with
figure it
throwing
out.
them a mil each. Start there, and then who knows? Like in my memory, the players that always used to make it competitive was players like, I remember Giannis used to make it competitive, but he got to the point where he's accomplished now. He don't need to prove nothing. But he used to make it competitive. Before
Yeah.
him, Russell Westbrook used to always make it competitive. Chris Paul, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. Hey, wasn't nobody doing none of that cute shit if Kobe was in the game. Telling you that right now.
D Wade, he was always on that.
D Wade was always on that. And then these players, they would make LeBron go off. They would make Melo go off. Like they would make the more chill, nicer players go off. But who is that now? Who is that now? I don't know. And I feel them for not wanting to, because it's like I'm not about to make myself look like a fool and go crazy when everyone else is. It's like when you go to the park and you play a team who's all joking around. That shit makes you not even want to play for real.
Nah.
So man, it's fucked up. It's ruined, and I guess I'm gonna just appreciate the memories because I don't know if it'll ever be the same for real.
The last biggest moment I remember that actually meant something was Kobe's last year when he played with one-on-one with LeBron in the top of the
With Drake on
threes.
the sideline
And
cheering.
that was the last biggest moment. And at the time, I thought Drake ruined that moment, but it didn't really ruin it. It was just kind of what it was.
Yeah.
But that was like the last big moment, that Kobe LeBron, last All-Star game type shit.
I
And
think
that was
even the
it.
year the year that Kobe died, that was pretty competitive, but everyone just did it just based off the memory. Like, yo, let's just do this shit for him. But that was special. I mean, we understand why that one was a little different, but yeah, like you said, that was probably the last like significant one. But man, I don't even know. Like,
Hey, I hope they figure it out, bro. Like that's what they get paid all these millions to do, is figure this shit out. One thing I will say that I think is really dope, that I think you'll appreciate, is that LED court.
that was
That's
fire.
fire. They go a little bit too hard with it. Like when the dunk competition, when they're walking around, the fires behind them, like they don't need all that.
Yeah,
Don't overuse it. But when they would show they would pan out and show the player that was dunking with his favorite dunker, whatever the fuck it was. Like
yeah.
that was dope. When they use it correctly, it was dope. So I think that's one thing that
Just
they got.
don't make it about that. Don't take away from the event.
Yeah,
Make it
like
about that. It's supposed to enhance whatever's going on.
exactly, because the beauty of the court is a classic thing of the game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. But yeah, man, just wanted to, vent and get that out because I was pretty mad
I wasn't
the
mad. I
rest of
was
the
more
time.
just like disappointed.
It's just like I could have done other shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ridiculous.
All right, brother.
Ayo, that's it. Gucci.